Have you ever wondered how car enthusiasts can tell engine types just by listening to their sounds? Welcome to the Beginner's Guide to Engine Sounds, Part 1. Bookmark this and tag a friend that needs to learn their engines. First up is inline-4 engines. These engines have 4 cylinders arranged in a straight line. They're compact, lightweight, and are common in smaller cars. Listen closely to this sound. Notice the distinctive high-pitched and smooth purr? That's the sound of an inline-4 engine. The firing order of these cylinders create a consistent and balanced noise. Keep this sound in mind when we move on to flat-4 engines. Now let's talk about the other type of 4-cylinder, flat-4. These cylinders are laid out horizontally, with 2 cylinders on each side. They're often found in Subarus and some Porsches. Check out this sound. The flat-4 engine has a more aggressive, throaty, and low-pitched growl. This unique sound comes from the pistons moving in opposite directions, reducing vibration and providing a distinct exhaust note. Can you hear the difference from the inline-4? Or here is a cheat sheet to help you learn your engine sounds. This is a 4-cylinder. Cylinder. Six cylinders can sound like this. Can't forget about the V8s. V10s will always sound best. This is V12. V6, inline 6, and flat 6. These are all variations of 6-cylinder engines. I'm going to help you recognize them by the sound that they make. Part 2. Bookmark this and tag a friend that needs to learn this stuff. Let's start with the inline 6. These engines have 6 cylinders arranged in a straight line. Don't judge me, my struts are broken. This is a 3-liter inline 6, but it's in a transverse layout. They give off a distinctive deep growl with a refined and even firing order. It just sounds amazing. Let's go take a listen. These engines are known for their smooth power delivery with plenty of low-end torque and a high revving top end. Next up, we have V6 engines. These engines have 6 cylinders laid out in a V shape, like this, and it's 3 on each side. They produce a more high-pitched and aggressive tone than the inline 6 does. V6 engines are known for their balance between power and efficiency. They can produce a lot of power while still being fuel efficient. Popular cars with a V6 are Infiniti Q50, the Buick Grand National, and your mom. Lastly, we have flat 6 engines. I don't know what the hell that was. These engines have 6 cylinders in a horizontally opposed layout. You might be asking me, what the heck does that mean? Well, I'll show you. This means that the cylinders are mounted opposite of each other, with the pistons moving towards and away from each other. Flat 6 engines usually have a deep, throaty growl, which leads to a high-pitched scream. This just sounds so good. These days, you'll only find these engines in one kind of car, and that's Porsche. Can you tell me what kind of engine this is?
What does a V8 engine sound like? Let me explain. My name is Matt, and I'm a professional car enthusiast, and my goal is to help you become the same. A V8 is a type of engine with 8 cylinders arranged in a V shape. This gives it a unique and powerful sound. Check out my other videos for other types of engine sounds, and pick up an E46T while you're at it. Here are some examples of a V8 in action. But don't skip yet, because there is a quiz at the end to help you master these sounds. When listening to V8s, there are a few characteristics that help you identify them. 9 times out of 10, they have a deep, throaty rumble, often described as a roar or a growl. Just like your mom. This is true for most American cars and your average V8, because they have something called a cross-plane crank. But not all V8s sound like this. There are some weird sounding V8s that you will hear mainly in exotics such as Ferrari, McLaren, and you will actually hear it in a Shelby GT350. One of the only American cars that has that. Now, let's compare a V8 engine to the sound of a 4-cylinder and a 6-cylinder. Make sure you pay attention to the pitch and tone. This will pretty much tell you everything you need to know. Now that you know, can you answer these 3 questions in the comments? What is the primary configuration of a V8 engine? Which best describes the sound of a V8? When comparing the sound of a V8 engine to a 4-cylinder and a 6-cylinder engine, which aspect do you pay attention to?
Here is a cheat sheet to help you learn your engine sounds. This is a 4-cylinder. Cylinder. Six cylinders can sound like this. Can't forget about the V8s. V10s will always sound best. This is V12. Know your engines by the sound it makes. The previous answer was a 3.8-liter flat 6 from the Porsche 911 GT3. This beast revs to 9,000 RPM. Can you guess this engine? Stop scrolling. Answer me this, Mr. Car Enthusiast, or Mrs. I don't assume genders. Number 1, what does a resonator do? And number 2, how many cylinders does this car have? You can learn what engine a car has just by the sound it makes, and I'm here to help you master this superpower. The previous answer was a V8. This was again the C8 Corvette Z06 with a flat plane crank V8. Can you guess this engine? Tag or send this to a friend. You can learn what engine a car has just by the sound it makes, and I'm here to help you master this superpower. So slap that button over there. The previous answer was a 5.5-liter V8 with a flat plane crank from a C8 Corvette Z06. The flat plane crank is essentially what makes the car sound like a V12. Other cars that utilize this is McLaren and Ferrari. If you want to learn more about flat plane cranks, swipe right. But before you do that, can you guess this engine?